There are many pronunciations of that name. I go with Goldseer. A few years ago, my wife and I were traveling up to Montreal, Canada, from Boston, for a meeting of the Algerian-Canadian Association. And I had my GPS on the dashboard of the car, and as we got further and further north in Vermont, the Canadian border appeared. And I couldn't believe what I saw, but on the GPS screen, beyond the border, everything was black. There was nothing there. I turned on the radio to see if I had missed news about Canadian invasion. And we were going to a particular hotel in the old part of the old city of Montreal. I had no idea how to get there. I said, what am I going to do? And then a little blue arrow in the shape of a U-turn began to appear. So the message was, don't go there, turn around, go back. Nonetheless, and my wife actually got very nervous. She's a European, so she's nervous with borders. We got to the border, and I said, well, we'll find the hotel somehow. After we crossed into Canada, little by little, the information began to download, and we found our hotel safely. Crossing borders can be scary, it can be dangerous, and is often difficult. Whether those are national borders or the borders that separate cultures and religions. And I look out on this community tonight and see people who are brave enough and loving enough and prophetic enough to cross borders. And Islam, I think you are a sterling example of that. Ignaz Goldseer was a 19th and early 20th century Hungarian Jew who crossed borders. He left his native Hungary and he traveled throughout the Middle East, through Syria, Palestine, Egypt. And he wasn't a tourist. He was a traveler. He wanted to learn. And he ended up in the Great Mosque and the University of Al-Azhar in Egypt. And there he studied with sheikhs in the mosque. He attended their lectures. And he tells us that there, as a devout Jew, he remained a devout Jew for his whole life. He prayed in the mosque at Al-Azhar in the midst of devout Muslims. He returned to Europe, to his native Hungary, to Budapest, where he was not allowed to teach. He did not get a university position because he was Jewish, until he was 44. And then, as he advanced in scholarship, his intelligence, his bravery, his courage overwhelmed the prejudice of the time, and he became a professor. He became, in fact, the one who basically established Islamic studies in the European university system. My dear friend and colleague John Kaiser has, together with Merrimack College, established the Ignaz Goldseer Prize. Mark Cohen of Princeton, Professor Emeritus of Princeton, is the first recipient. Rabbi Bert Vysotsky from Jewish Theological was a recipient. Yusef Meri, a young Palestinian scholar, currently in Jordan. And there are many, many finalists from other universities around the United States and Europe. And we are here tonight to honor three individuals who, like Ignaz Goldseer, have crossed borders, who have had the courage and the wisdom and the love to reach out to areas that sometimes can be a little scary. You know, not much is loading up on the GPS. But because of people like Daoud and Robert, where are you? And Bernard, I saw Bernard earlier. The Faith and Culture Center in Nashville, specifically in its Our Muslim Neighbor program, has won national attention. So I would like John Kaiser. John is the president the William and Mary Grieve Foundation in New York City. John has supported interfaith, intercultural work in many places, and John, we'd be delighted if you'd say a few words.